Alright, so Hunter x Hunter is back. I've been waiting for this for a year now, honestly. It is so good to be back. In Australia right now, it is past 2 a.m. I've just gone out, I come back. Before I go to sleep, I have to do a live reaction to this chapter because it's Hunter x Hunter. Like, this is the greatest series of all time. You know what I'm talking about? All those Hunter x Hunter fans, you can appreciate this. So let's just get right into the chapter right away. So cover photo right here, Kurapika and the Nen pot. It's been a while since we got into this, but pretty much the cover photo says the boat is travelling into the Sea of Chaos, so we know it's going to be a bloodbath. And we know from the previous chapter a year ago that Kurapika was about to face a lot of Nen beasts, so something big is about to happen. We know that for a fact. The assassin's dagger attacks, and we see Kurapika going in right here, facing some guy controlled by a Nen monster. Kurapika just slams him into the ground right here. Bill, those three methods you mentioned earlier, we will need Cyrud here to withdraw from the succession battle. Carton was the one we really needed, being a conjurer type. He could transform into a boat or vehicle that would be able to carry at the most 5 people. Though being a joint type, he would have required the aura of other people. What is your type of ability? I was free, so it asked me a favour. Without his explicit approval, I cannot just tell you what his ability is on my own. This guy's obviously controlled from what I remember from last year. This is an emergency situation here. I'm asking you so I have the information I need to solve this as quickly as possible. Or was all that you said about ensuring the safety of the king and queen just a bunch of lies? Kurapika just going right in on this guy right here. Cyrud is an amateur type Nen user. Though his ability is probably closer to a manipulator's, he launches his Nen out in a ball, and then he is able to control any bugs that he captures with it. I see, that just may be of use. Kurapika using his Nen judgment chain, going right in, about to seek some judgment in this guy right here. I want you to leave one out. Oh, and then we're going back to, what's this guy's name again? Izumo or something. Forget what his name is. Leave one out. Why? Kurapika says. I'm fully in favour of your idea of having chains on each one of your fingers and assigning different powers to each of them. But I just get the feeling that with those chains, you're trying to set up a situation where you can fight all on your own. Kurapika says, and what's wrong with that? In a battle of Nen, the most important principles is that if your opponent has many on his side, then you must as well. Combining powers to attack and synergy between abilities far exceeds the strength of an individual's power. Well, I suppose once you actually fight, you'll know what I mean. But by then, it will already be too late, which is why I'm giving you this warning now. But it doesn't look like you'll accept it. So instead, I propose a compromise. If when you fight for real, you feel as though there's something you lack, then you should add an ability that will compensate for it. If you plan to go to war against a group of A-rank bounties, then cast your personal feelings aside and find yourself some allies. I'm fine with allies. You mean you're fine with collecting pawns you can just sacrifice for convenience? But that's not what I'm talking about. This is also something you'll only learn once you fight alongside allies. Indeed, it's all exactly as you said it would be. Progressing forward, like this was hardly a simple task. And now we're going to the 4 bunch right here. Gon, Killua, Leorio and Kurapika. So Kurapika right here using his index finger chain, steel chain, right on the user, controlled by the Nen beast. What in the world? I'm going to borrow Cyrud's Nen ability temporarily. If I keep sucking out his aura with this syringe like this, I can even put him into a state identical to Zetsu. If the Nen beasts we're up against are parasite types that require the aura of their host, then whatever that Nen beast put into Cyrud may also be a parasite type. In which case, if the aura it's feeding on disappears, then it should either exist his body or disappear altogether. And what if it doesn't leave? If hostile, evil Nen continues to assault him while he's in a state of Zetsu, then Cyrud's mind and body would be destroyed. The safety of the Queen and royal heir are utmost priority. If those worries and misgivings you're having should become reality, then the information we gain can be used to create more countermeasures against them. If I should be the next to die after this, that's how you must think as well, Bill. Of course, if you should be taken down by a different Nen beast, then I would do the same thing in order to gain new information. So that's one of the Nen beasts right down to one of the end pages. And Bill's just getting attacked here right from this spider. It's been so long since I've read this. Point of fingers, Kurapika says. Using his judgment chain, Emperor Time. What is going on? Kurapika using his judgment chain. Equip, stolen power. Equip completed. Analyzing. Stolen ability's name is retry. The ability to control any small living beings caught in its ball-shaped Nen. However, this does not include living beings conjured by Nen. So Kurapika says, so I can't use it to hijack the enemy's abilities. That Nen beast just now has the power to control people using the keyword free. But if that requires the condition of being able to hear the voice of the Nen beast, then that ability won't work on the princesses, who aren't the Nen users to begin with. Good point right there. Please search for any appropriate small living being to use retry on. Since the ability has been activated, as long as I am not released, Emperor Time will be forced to continue. So Kurapika's tied up sorry. I really wish I read the last 20 chapters over again, but I just didn't. You know how life is. So Bill continues to talk. After I spoke with that huge stuffed animal looking thing, the other smaller one lashed onto me and was just constantly attacking me. The Nen beasts who were controlling Bill. Are you free? Somehow, it seemed only Nen users could see it. I tried telling it, I'm not free, get lost, over and over again. But it didn't do a damn thing. As soon as I said that, I no longer had control over my own body. And we see so many bodies in containers right here. Where is the murderer? The Kakian army will be taking custody of and questioning him if you would hand over him. Kurapika, what's happening with my powers? They're still in here. Then I'd like you to keep them and hang on to them. As much as I would love to, as soon as I use them once, they automatically return to their original owner. Only 2 hours left until we leave port. And there's the whale boat going to the new continent. Here's Kurapika right here and the princess and his heir, I forget their names, and the bodyguards. And now here we have the Prince Residential Area Section 12. Is Prince Momoze's protection really sufficient? He's already got 6 bodyguards, that's plenty. And here we have another one of the guards right here. It'll just end up scaring him all the more. I want to make sure he's calm and feels comfortable. Besides, Maruyam's protection is more important than hers. Come here. So then, it's okay if we go, of course. Momoze can look after herself, right? Yes, mother, don't worry about me. You guys can go relax in the room next door, it'll be fine. Oh, she continues right here. Master Heikenberg, it's time to take your leave. Well, then excuse me. I look forward to the next dinner party. Master Heikenberg, I'm just saying goodbye to my father. Excuse me, it appears my son has something to discuss in private, please. Well, we can discuss the investment another time. What is it, please? I am withdrawing from the succession battle. So one of the leaders is withdrawing the succession. And what is going on here? I am participated in the ceremony to save face for you, father. So it's like a beast is behind him. I don't need a crown won through bloodshed. Ho ho ho. Do as you wish, Hui. A maelstrom. Does he want this or doesn't he? Chapter 361 ends. I don't know what to think about this chapter. It was just such a huge chapter, taking so much information, so much world building, a real just set up chapter for more chapters to come. And I really thought from the previous chapter what we got was Kurapika about to face a lot of Nen beasts. I thought in this chapter tonight we would have seen Kurapika facing a lot of those Nen beasts, but that ended pretty short, and what we saw from the end of it was one of the princes withdrawing from the succession battle, totally immune defeat because he doesn't want to get killed. So we got one of them ending, but I felt like we could have got so much more in this chapter from a lot of the ending. I mean, the start was alright with Kurapika, seeing what he was doing to the Nen beasts and how he got out of his predicament. But I really feel as if this chapter was really just, I don't know, like, it was good, but I think we could have had more in the same time. And, you know, we saw how Kurapika controlled and got rid of the Nen beast from Bill, one of the bodyguards, and even at the same time we got to see so much of a backstory of Kurapika and his former Nen trainer Izanagi. I think that was his name. We saw him way back in the series, but that was good to see at the same time then. But at the same time, there's just so much ways this series could have gone. I really wish you saw a lot more of other characters in this series, but it was really just focused solely on Kurapika and a lot of the bodyguards and the other princes of Kaikin in this series. And it was a good chapter. It was just a world building chapter, really, a real setup chapter, seeing how Kurapika is going to deal with these situations. And I did enjoy it. It was a lot of dialogue at the same time as setting up. We got another probably 9-10 chapters of Hunter x Hunter left for this run before another hiatus hits. So, we're just going to enjoy it while it lasts. So with that being said, thank you for watching this live reaction of Hunter x Hunter chapter 361. Let me know what you thought of this chapter in the comments down below. Like the video, comment your thoughts down below, share this video to the masses, subscribe for more Hunter x Hunter live reactions and future theory discussion videos I'm going to be getting out soon, and subscribe for more videos. That being said, have an awesome day everyone. Peace.